So, anybody who's looked into anything knows about the Barron Trump novels, right? And that the same author wrote, and these go back to, 1863, 1893. The author is Ingersoll Lockwood. He also wrote a book called The Last President, or 1900. Yes, and he actually wrote 2 books about Barron Trump. But first, I'm going to zoom in, because what's been rather, just strange, is that the picture on the book looks like Barron Trump. Yeah, and that's his dog, Bulger. It'd be really, freaky if Donald Trump ends up getting a dog this time for the White House, calling it Bulger. Anyway, but I have a different take on this now. It's a really long book, okay? And I'm like halfway through it. And I've seen what people say about that he as a time traveler. I think it's more biblical than that, but not in a Bible sort of way. But his adventures are in the underground. In fact, it starts out with saying the never-ending bottomless well. Ingersoll Lockwood, this was his collection of books, The Last President, or 1900, and that's about an election. Travels and Adventures of Little Barron Trump and His Wonderful Dog Bulger, Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. The one on the bottom is the one I've been listening to. And then these are all in the public domain. They have been. So they're all legit. And as you can see, there is at 1896, The Last President was written. It was 10 cents. 1900, or The Last President. So, my take on the books is that he goes through these different civilizations underground. The people that say it's about that Donald Trump can time travel and that's what this is all about, I don't think that's what it's about. It could very easily go back to the Trump family. It says Barron Trump. And there's other things that are strange written in the book, most especially some of the things written in The Last President. But that's a separate book, but by the same author. So the first underworld civilization that he encounters is called Goggle Land. Remind me of Google Land. Goggle Land. And they wear goggles and their heart is transparent. And so they're allowed to have these black fans. They wear all black, and they can have these black fans to cover their heart if they can make a decision for people not to see. They're also called the land of transparent folk. Everything's transparent. And the people there are, it's referred to as the Mica Menekes. There's a queen. It's a whole civilization, and it's like their heart. They can't let it beat too high. They can't have like any really big emotion because it can affect their heart. So the reason their hearts are transparent is to make sure, I guess that they have, that their heart isn't beating too fast. It's a normal rhythm, but I believe it goes deeper than that. They have a throne room. Okay. The throne room just reminds me of, that's there's only one throne room. So, and they have this, it's like it's a crystal world. There's a lot to that world. I'm not going to go deep into it. So as he travels along, he's traveling along a marble highway, okay? And there's these all these not water basins, crystal basins that are like fountains. the next land he goes to is the south. It's at, oh, and there's lizards like that are all through these civilizations, but they have lighted tails. Then he comes up to the next city, which is a circular chamber with a dome roof, and the roof is crystal. So there's these different portals he stops in all through the underground. There's all these there's like the land of candelabras. It's the silver gateway with guards. So these group of people, which are called the make-believe eyes, and called the ant people as well. They are deaf, dumb, and blind. So they use a silver cord and a silver disc, and they measure everything to understand it and read using like foil, like tin foil, or real thin metal like that. And then they write stuff like with a stylus and then give it to someone because their whole civilization is deaf, dumb, and blind. And then they can do Braille backwards. But to know who like Baron Trump is, and his dog especially, they have to do this test where they throw a silver cord and a silver disc, and it's all about vibration. So that's how they know things, is just from feeling with their fingertips. To find out if the person is human and they have a heart. So already 2 undergrounds are about if you have a heart. They have burning gas. They managed to get that up and going. And I guess they did used to be able to see the sun. They had the sun for 12 hours and then lost it. So that's what it seems. They all know that the rest of us live up here. And I'll go into it more. I'm only halfway through it. But what it seems to me is, if you think of what it talks about in the Bible, the bottomless pit, okay, this is the bottomless well. Baron Trump's considered the man of coal. But he's just, learning about them and teaching them about him. And, but you have to, and with the people that are the make-believe eyes, they lost their other senses. And I believe that's with all these civilizations. They lost being in the upper world because they had these magnificent cities at one time, but lost it because they didn't have a heart. So I think what the book is talking about, at least what I know of it so far, is it's basically like, everybody that's on Earth right now, yeah, it's the final chance, like, because there's some that will be going down there, and maybe that is what, in a way, what hell is that when you're going to be a society that no longer has humanity, no longer does the right thing and just thinks you can always get away with it. No, there'll be a price to pay for all that. There is. And I think that's really what the message of the book is, especially in this time. So the people in the first civilization, in the crystal or in the land of the transparent folk, they're even transparent. That's why you can see their heart. And that's why they're allowed to have this black fan, so that they can cover their heart. So they obviously, they try to continue on with their civilization. They know people are above. They think they're protected also too, in many ways, from all the, everything that flies around up here, the weather, everything like that. But really what both of the cities so far, and they go really, thoroughly into these cities, is that they judge everybody by if you have a heart, same way that God said he would judge. So even though everybody wants to make it about time travel, I think it has a more deeper message. Obviously, I'm saying that only after listening to half of the book, and I'll go further after I read more, but that's my take on it.